Jeremy Brunansky. This is Brunansky's vlog. We are going to wait to see if we have a good connection here with YouTube because we are on the road. We're traveling this week. So show might be a little weird. We're hoping everything's going to work out. But let me take a look at YouTube, see if we've got a green light indicating that we've got a strong internet stream going here. We're on hotel Wi-Fi. If things break down, if the train derails, don't freak out. That's just hotel Wi-Fi. So let me take a look here. It looks like we've got a good, healthy stream. So we are going to get this week's episode started. We've got a lot to talk about. I'm going to roll that intro and then we'll be right back to talk movie news, movie reviews, and a little bit more. So be right back with you. All right, and we're back. Good morning, everybody. This is Jeremy Brunansky with Brunansky's Vlog. We are on the road. That is right. We are out and about this week. We'll catch up with all of that. But first, let me just dive into, last week we talked about John Schnepp and how he was in the hospital and things weren't looking good. We have the GoFundMe link down below in the description box. So if you hit that description arrow and expand it, it's all going to be there for you. Unfortunately, according to the internet and everything else, it looks like he has passed away, so my condolences out to his wife, Holly. I'm not a big fan of death. I know that sounds weird, but I've had a lot of death in my life. And now at this phase in my life, I kind of try and steer clear of all of the sad stuff that life likes to bring our way. So I'm not going to dwell too much on this. Condolences to Holly. We'll take a quick moment of silence for John Schnepp and his friends and family and loved ones, and then we'll get into this week's episode. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Like I said, I'm on the road this week. As you can tell, the background obviously is not the office. It's not studio ready or anything like that. We are just on the road. Sometimes creative people, we get this thing in us when we're like, I got to get out. I got to create something. I got something that wants to come out and I got to find a way to create it to get my point across. So I decided I'm going to hit the road and try and film a short little documentary kind of like introspective kind of thing about what's happening right now in our country. Because it's kind of weird. If you go to my blog, and this isn't anything new, if you go to my blog, Brunansky's blog instead of vlog, but Brunansky's vlog, I've been writing articles and little think pieces going all the way back into 2012. That's when I first launched the blog. And so if you follow me online or anything like that, you know I'm a big fan of philosophy, psychology, world religions, history, etc. All the things that make people think, all the things that make people tick. What is it about the human experience that we all share? What is it that makes us different, that makes us all better by combining these things? That kind of stuff, really, I like that stuff. And so with everything that's been going on in this country, it's been, I just kind of sit back and I go, what is happening? What is happening? And I follow a lot of conservatives, I follow a lot of liberals, religious people, non-religious people, and I just kind of take in all of the information they're sending and try and process it and try and make some sense of it, and then kind of, you know, find a way to shape a thought into something that might make people think about what is happening from a different point of view than maybe what they're used to. And like I said, on the blog, I've been writing little think pieces. You go all the way back to 2012. The first one I wrote was a seasonal reminder, just about kind of like what happens when the seasons are changing and how that affects our life, going all the way forward into like how do we make our lives better by embracing the past and stuff like that. So with one of the news stories that we're going to get into, when I was driving around and kind of getting everything set and everything ready for this little documentary kind of perspective piece that I want to shoot, one of the news stories that dropped over the weekend kind of was like, this is again exactly what I'm talking about. And so we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, so I'm on the road. I've got all my camera gear. I've got my camera mounts. and I'm going to try and get this thing filmed up so I can get it ready. It'll be a short little piece, so it'll be easily digestible, hopefully, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, just that's kind of where we are right now with the show. So there's no movie reviews this week. I just want to get that out of the way because, like I said, I've been driving around. Got into the hotel super late last night, and then I had to get up super early this morning to prep everything for this week's show. And then after this, I got to go hit the town. I got to start scouting locations and taking a look at everything, kind of seeing how I want to film everything and what is the vibe of this town and how I can actually make this town work for the point I want to make with this little short film that I'm going to be shooting here over the next couple of days. So, lots going on. But so just real quick, if you haven't, let's just get into the commercials. Make sure you're following us on Twitter. Make sure you're following us on Stardust app. That's where I do all my movie trailer reviews. We're going to talk some movie trailers in this episode because, again, I'm going to be working over the next couple of days trying to get this thing put together so it's ready. So very different schedule this week than normal. We're definitely breaking the schedule up, and we're trying to create something for everybody, which means I've got to kind of move and reshift things around scheduling. So we're going to talk a little movie trailer reviews right here, and then we'll get into some news stories as well. And then also, after everything is done, since we're done movie reviews, we're still talking about what's hitting theaters, what's on DVD and Blu-ray, and finally, we're also going to talk about Certified Rad, my personal favorite segment. If this seems a little jumpy this week, it's because I'm super tired, like I said, driving, hauling gear around, trying to plan this video. So I'm going to do my best to make sense of everything for you guys this week on this show, and we're going to jump into things right now. So, again, we're live. I'm using hotel Wi-Fi. I hope it works. All right, so today we're going to jump into the first news story, and that is going to be the weekend box office. So, like I said, I was driving. San Diego Comic-Con was this weekend. I was driving. So I missed a lot of the news and everything like that. So this morning I was trying to piece together what happened at San Diego Comic-Con, what dropped. I'm sure it was a lot of fun. Don't know. I was in a car most of the weekend, putting miles under this belt to get this video made. So here's what you guys saw this weekend, right? Since I didn't get out to the theaters. So this weekend, coming in at the top 5, we have Incredibles 2 at 11,520,000, Ant-Man and the Wasp at 16,126,000, Hotel Transylvania 3 at 23,150,000, Mamma Mia, here we go again, 34,380,000, and The Equalizer 2 coming in at $35,825,000. So pretty nice weekend in general, a little bit of something for everybody, as we've discussed before. Incredibles 2, Hotel Transylvania 3. These are cartoons, but there's enough in it for family, especially with Incredibles 2. Fantastic film. Ant-Man and the Wasp coming in strong. I'm a little surprised we've kind of stopped talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp because of how much fun it was. Like, I just don't see... Like, Infinity War, obviously, we're going to talk about a lot because it was Infinity War, 10 years of storytelling. Bam! Right there. It all hit the big screen. Everyone's jonesing. We all got our fix. It was awesome. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp came out. And I think it was kind of like that Marvel movie Hangover where just like that was a nice little mimosa brunch, like after the fact kind of thing. Like, but it was a really good movie. So I hope more people get out and enjoy it and continue to enjoy it because it's still in the top 5, which is awesome. Hotel Transylvania 3, like I said, a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this movie. Mamma Mia 2, here we go again. Not really surprised that's in the top 5. The first one did really well. And then also The Equalizer 2 coming in strong. Denzel's first sequel ever. So I expected that to do big numbers, coming in at least number 1. It's rated R, so, you know, not as many people will go see it. And I pulled up the rated R box office, and it actually came in way low. It actually came in at number 59 in all rated R films in general. So coming in pretty low on the board for rated R films opening weekend. The top 3 for rated R films are Deadpool, Deadpool 2, and It. All of those came in over $100 million opening weekend. So in general, it looks like everybody got out to the movies to see what they wanted to see this weekend, which I think is pretty good. I still want to get out and see Mamma Mia 2. I still want to see The Equalizer 2. I think there's a theater in this town, so hopefully I'm able to get out and check that out. But we'll have to wait and see because it depends on what I'm able to accomplish work-wise here for this short film. Just real quick, coming in the top 10, we have Sorry to Bother You, Unfriended Dark Web at number 9, The First Purge at number 8, Skyscraper at 7, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom at number 6. So sorry to bother you, coming in at number 10. Like we talked about last week, smaller release, right? Not necessarily limited, but definitely less theaters. It is in more theaters this week than it was last week. It was in 800 and something. This week it's in over 1,000. So again, that says people are getting out to the movies. They're seeing it. They like it. And then they are going right back to check it out again. And they're telling people, go see this film. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments section below about all of these movies. Did you see them? Have you seen them more than once? What's your favorite in the top 10? Again, I'm looking forward to Equalizer 2 and Mamma Mia 2 for sure. So there is the weekend box office report. Now let's go ahead and move into the news segment here real quick. We just got a couple stories and then we're going to keep moving forward. And bam, there it is. All right, so we got the ticker tape running down below. Go ahead and just keep your eyes on that. That's just a couple things I saw online really quick that dropped from San Diego Comic-Con. So again, missed a lot of the news there, but I got a couple stories in there and I just threw them in the bottom. So check that out. All right. So real quick, first story we're going to jump into today is we've got streaming services coming from Disney. We've got streaming services coming from the DC universe, right? So DC released a pricing for their new streaming service. So what they're looking at right now, and again, this link is in the description box below. It's coming to us from the Hollywood Reporter. You can check it out. This is $74.99 annually. So for $75 a year or $8 a month. So if you pay for the full year, obviously you're saving money, right? Because $8 times 12 is way more than 75. So check out the yearly. Now also it says here if you do the pre-order in the article, you get 3 months free. So I'm not sure if that's 3 months like extra, so you get a total of 15 months, or if it just means that you get the first 3 months or the last 3 months of your subscription free. The article wasn't really clear on that. I'm sure we'll get more information as that rolls out. But the nice thing about this, not necessarily just because we've got the Titan TV series getting ready to hit on this platform, or it has the first episode is hit. I can't remember. I'm super tired. But they're also going to be incorporating the comic books, which I think is nice. So in the article, it talks about how there's like this beta program out right now, and you can actually like read comics on the television and make like family reading night a thing, just using the television to do the reading. So instead of using the iPad like a lot of people do with Comixology or the Marvel app for their comics, you can just use your TV, and I think that is pretty dope. So I'm looking forward to seeing more from what content is going to be like fully out on this. I've got to do some more research on the streaming service itself. But I'm looking forward to seeing kind of what they produce, what they create. Are their movies going to be like kind of placed into everything? Like, is that the route they're going to go? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm looking forward to that. So next story coming to us is about James Gunn being let go from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 because of a series of tweets he did. This struck me initially. I was like, I wonder how Disney's going to handle this, because the tweets themselves were offensive. He says he was trying to do like shock humor. He was trying to like do some, what was he in the article down below? It says he was trying to be provocative with his tweets. So I'm a fan of shock humor. Like I grew up, 70s comedy. Like there was a lot of groundbreaking comedy that happened in the 70s that we wouldn't get away with today on television. If you go back and you watch Stand Up, Richard Pryor, stuff like that. You go back, you watch All in the Family. You go back and watch these Blazing Saddles. There's stuff that's happening where they're really pushing the boundaries. We grew up with Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and then When Nature Calls, where he literally climbs out of the butt of a rhino, like the rhino's giving birth to a human. There's a lot of shock humor that I grew up on. So I get shock humor. I like the movie Borat. Like there's just stuff that happens, but a lot of the stuff that he was posting, I was just like, that's your personal account. Like, and I don't understand why you would use the topics that he used to create shock humor. There are ways to be funny about a lot of complicated topics. I just didn't find those to be particularly funny. And when he was fired, I was surprised because the tweets, as he mentions in here, were from a decade ago. They were 10 years old. And so when you look at that and you go, okay, it's Disney. Disney is going to be doing their research, right? They're going to do the background checks on people. They're going to vet. there's a vetting process, I'm sure, with Disney to make sure that the people they bring on board, they know what's going on with them. They know their character, personality types, because it's always about the Disney brand, right? When you're coming into work with Disney, that says something about, you know, who you are, because Disney hires the best. Disney likes the best people, right? It's Disney. That's what we've come to expect from them. So I don't believe for a second that they weren't aware of what was going on a decade ago. But I don't understand why the initial, like, okay, well, now that this is there, this has got to happen. Like when you're looking at stuff like that and you're going, this is a year old, this is 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, in this case, a decade. Like, I don't understand why that would come back in such a big way when they've already known about it all the way up to this point. Because again, and I could be wrong, maybe they didn't. I just don't believe that Disney, with what I would imagine is a very stringent vetting process, wasn't aware of this. They didn't already have the conversation with him. So I'm curious as to kind of what the behind the scenes reason was for this, right? When Joss Whedon left Batgirl because he said he couldn't write the script, I was like, that seems kind of weird because Joss Whedon writes a lot of female stories and he writes really good female stories. So it's weird that he couldn't crack this story. So I'm looking at this and I'm going, it doesn't make sense that James Gunn, after all of this time, right? He's a different person now. If you like psychology, you know that every 4, 5, 7 years, people change, right? And you know from your own life, you're not the same person today that you were 5 years ago, that you were even a year ago, let alone a decade. My goodness. So people go through these substantial changes in their lives where they look at things differently. They grow up, they get married, they have kids. Lots of things happen that changes your perspective. Maybe you have a lot of death in your life and you just kind of put a different spin on how you view important things in your life and stuff like that. People change. So when you look back at this and you go, okay, they fired the guy from something that happened 10 years ago, even though they probably knew about it 10 years ago, I wonder what the real reason he was let go for. Now, he just turned the script in for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So I'm wondering if because of kind of the mixed reception Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 got, maybe the script came in, something wasn't to their liking, maybe there's something happening behind the scenes that we don't know about, and they just used this new thing as the reason to just cut ties. I don't know. I don't know that we'll ever know. It just seems kind of weird when you've got something that old and they probably knew about it, that all of a sudden that's the reason. It just struck me as odd. And kind of what we're looking at in our society today is like this constant like digging in of like old stuff and like trying to like get this cleansing and this healing going in our country, which I think is good, right? I think people should be able to apologize for stuff. I think people should be able to move on with their life in positive directions. Like I said, go back to my stuff from like 2012 all the way forward, and you'll see kind of how I write out stuff on the changes people go through, how you can turn a negative experience into a positive experience and really drive your life forward. The point of this short video that I'm going to be doing is exactly about that, right? How you can literally be burned to the ground and then come back into something beautiful and even stronger the next time. So I'm all about like second chances. I'm all about people getting third chances, fourth chances, as long as like it seems genuine, right? So it's just weird, right? And then if you go into the article here, also from the New York Times, that is also down there. You know, James Gunn did the apology and everything like that, which is great. But again, we're going back and we look at stuff with like other characters in Hollywood who have been recently let go because of things that happened in the past. And you're just like, everybody knows about this stuff. Like, and then with even our current president, like everybody knows like his lifestyle, like going through the 80s and everything else. And then like you just see stuff keep getting brought up. So it's just this weird thing that's happening in our country right now where people, I believe in my heart, people are wanting to move forward and move in a positive direction in their life. And this is kind of like that last moment of like where everything is coming to a head and then everything will get calm again in our country. And I think that there is a big healing that's happening in our country. And I think we're seeing it a lot in the media with how people are being portrayed from Hollywood to New York to Washington, D.C. It's a crazy time. And I think that once the dust settles, I think we're going to have like this really cool, like massive forward movement in a healthy way for our country. So I'm pretty excited to see where we go direction wise with this country. And it's just weird kind of this phase we're in right now. But, you know, just keep talking to your friends, keep talking to your loved ones, you know, keep talking to strangers, give people high fives, and I think we're going to be okay. So stay tuned for all of that. If you have thoughts on everything that happened with James Gunn, if you think he should be rehired, if you never thought he should be fired, again, this is a hot button issue. Throw your comments down below. Please be respectful though, right? Because you don't want to come off as like that jerk who's just like, angry. Like, have some thoughts, take a minute. You have a computer. You can organize your thoughts. You can exhale, organize your thoughts, hit the keyboard, throw your comments out into the YouTube verse. And then let's get that conversation started on the comment section down below. So let's go ahead now and move into the next phase. Since we don't have any movie reviews, we are going to be taking a look now at what is getting ready to hit theaters, what is getting ready to hit DVD and Blu-ray for your home theater, certified rad, and then we are going to get out of here. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode. I know it's a little scatterbrained because, like I said, I've been driving. I'm tired. Hotel Wi-Fi, carrying luggage, trying to organize everything for this little short film I'm doing. Crazy time. I'm on a heavy coffee schedule. So let's go ahead and take a look at what is hitting theaters right this weekend. Boom. There it is. Teen Titans. Teen Titans Go to the Movies and Mission Impossible Fallout. Both movies I'm looking forward to for different reasons. Teen Titans Go to the Movies. I've never really followed Teen Titans Go that much. It wasn't really like a series or anything like that I really followed. I didn't really know kind of what's going on. My nieces and nephews have seen some episodes. They think it's funny. They like it. So great. It's hitting the target audience that it wants to hit. And I think that's exactly what it's supposed to do. So awesome work there. And then Mission Impossible Fallout. I've really liked the Mission Impossible franchise with Tom Cruise. The guy does stunts that are absolutely mind-blowing. He puts his life at risk. I'm sure the insurance premiums for his life insurance policy are skyrocketing through the roof. But hey, the guy delivers great films. These films are great action films as well as like spy thrillers. I have no reason to believe that this film won't knock it out of the park because the last couple have been really great. So very much looking forward to this new one. And again, I hope there's a theater in this town. I haven't checked yet. I thought I saw something that said IMAX, but that could be like a nature earth IMAX theater, right? Where they just show like documentaries and not like Hollywood movies. I don't know. I have to take a look when I go walk around later. But hopefully there's a theater in this town and I can check these out. All right, let's hit up what's hitting DVD. Boom, there it is. Ready Player One, Steven Spielberg's last film that he did. I really enjoyed Ready Player One. I thought it was a really good film. As far as like the story goes with like how everything mixes together between the real world and the computer generated world, the virtual reality world. My review for this film is up on the movie review playlist. So if you go to that, you can check out my Ready Player One review. It is available for you. And I think you'll enjoy this on Blu-ray, maybe more than you enjoyed it in the theater. I don't know. But definitely check it out now that it's available on Blu-ray. It is pretty good. All right, now we're going to move into the last segment of this show, and that is Certified Rad. You guys never know what's going to drop, but I can guarantee whatever drops is Certified Rad. And if this is your first time watching, thank you so much. Certified Rad is just something I find, something someone sends me. They're like, check this out. I do. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty rad. Is it certified? It is now. And we're going to talk about it. So this week, this is coming to us from all over the internet, right? I couldn't find one specific site that was kind of like pooling all of the videos to do like, just like a, here's all of the videos so far. But if you Google just Cops Lip Sync Challenge, you will find lots and lots of videos. So what we're looking at here is cops from all around the states, right? All 50 states. They are in all of the cities. They're just doing this thing where they find a song they like. They do a lip sync battle to it. They throw it up online. And typically you'd be like, okay, what's certified rad about that? Well, what's certified rad about that is typically, we had this conversation the other day with my parents about the difference between firemen and police officers, right? And why everybody seems to like firemen and people are somewhat hesitant when it comes to cops. Because people like, in my opinion, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, throw your opinion down as to why you are rebuttal. What is your rebuttal for my point? So for me, it's when you look at cops versus firemen. A fireman shows up when it's an absolute necessity. There's no argument around why the firefighter's there. Somebody passed out, somebody had a heart attack. The building's literally on fire. We need help. Thank God the fire department's here, right? With cops, sometimes you go, well, why are you stopping me? Well, you could have caused an accident. Well, why are you here? Because we didn't want you guys to break out into a fight. Well, how do you know we're going to have a fight? Like, there's always that thing, like things might not have gone wrong. And I think that's the difference in people's perspectives. And I could be wrong, but I think that's the difference in people's perspectives sometimes with police versus firefighters. Because with the firefighters, there's no way around it. That person just dropped to the ground and had a heart attack. We need help now. The building's literally on fire. We need help now, right? So when you have, like, sometimes, not always, but when you've had recently in this country, the negative perception of police officers, and the police officers see that and they go, you know what? We're not bad guys. We're the good guys. We're actually trying to protect you. We're trying to keep you safe. All of the law enforcement, right? Even though the FBI has been kind of doing some weird stuff lately, all of the law enforcement is there to protect, to make sure that you're safe so that you can continue doing what you're doing, going to work, doing things with your family, going on vacations, allowing me to do what I do, right? With going to work, doing these videos, creating short videos, doing music, right? So they're out there risking their lives, literally risking their lives every single day. And they still get a negative spin on them, which is kind of weird. So they decided, from what it seems online, to go ahead and step up to the plate and be like, look, we're not the bad guys. We're here to help, and we can actually have some fun, right? We don't need everybody in the neighborhood looking at us and being like, oh, here come the cops. Like, they can be a fun thing. Like, oh, hey, it's Officer Thompson, or hey, it's Officer Johnson. What's up, man? Like, and they're kind of working towards that vibe within their communities, which I think is super cool. And they're doing that by these lip sync challenges. They're putting these fun things out to be like, hey, look, we're people. And we like to have fun too. Like, you don't have to like look at us and be like super terrified, right? So when you can see that there's an issue with perception on a large scale, right? And you can work to reshape and spin and reframe the image of what the public perception is in large, possibly, right? If you watch the news over the last couple of years, you definitely can see how the negative perception was there. But they looked at that and they go, we're going to spin it. We're going to show you we're not the bad guy. We're the good guy. We're here to help you. We're here to protect you. We're here to keep you safe. And when you can do that by having something fun and lighthearted like the lip sync challenge, and you can throw it out onto the internet to show everybody, not just in your community, but across the world and definitely across the country, right? Because we're all paying attention to it. We're talking about it right now. You can guarantee that that type of positive motion, that positive drive, that positive force for change is certified rad. So big shout out to all the law enforcement agencies out there. That is the local police, the Border Patrol, the FBI, everybody that's out there risking their lives every day for this country, military too. But specifically today, we're talking about law enforcement. So shout out to all of you guys and girls out there that are risking your lives every day for us. Appreciate you guys. Stay safe. You got families that love you. Come home. All right. That is going to be it for this week's brand new episode. Oh, wait. Couple movie trailer reviews. Like I said, my brain's everywhere today. Super scattered. All right, so I saw a couple trailers this morning. First, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Really like this trailer. It just looks like it's going to be a crazy wild monster flick. If you saw the trailer, there's basically every Godzilla monster is in this film. So it looks pretty cool. And I'm pretty excited about it. They have Claire de Lune, the piano piece playing, which is one of my favorite piano pieces, as kind of like the background music, which starts off, I was like, this is weird. But by the end of the trailer, I was like, I really like this trailer. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun and the song actually fit. Next up is Shazam. Throw everything out the window we know about the DC universe being dark. Holy moly. This, again, going back to what we just talked about with the police trying to create a positive experience for their communities. Shazam is doing that for the DC universe. This was so lighthearted and goofy. It was refreshing. I was like, this is a DC movie. Now, Wonder Woman, a fun movie, right? Really good story. It was still serious. There were still some tense moments. So we could still kind of see darker tones a little bit. So we could still kind of see how it ties into the fabric and the thread of the DC universe. Shazam, that's all gone. This first trailer was bananas. And that's the hotel phone, and I don't know why it's ringing. This is awkward. This is what happens when you're live. We're just going to let it ring. We're going to keep going. All right. So, really great. Throw it out the window. Lots of great comedy. Zachary Levi. I really liked him in Chuck. I'm really happy he's in Shazam. That, hey, I'm a superhero. What's up? That killed me. I was like, this is going to be so much fun. Loved it. Next up, Aquaman. This looks good. This, again, has that same kind of darker tones, more serious but still comedic. It looks like it's going to be more lighthearted in a way than Wonder Woman was. Definitely not as lighthearted as Shazam. I think it's going to kind of be somewhere in between Wonder Woman and Shazam, which I'm fine with. I really like the CGI in it. I know a lot of people online poo-pooed on it this morning when I was looking over stuff. I'm not going to poo-poo on it. I think the CGI looks pretty cool for it. It doesn't look like it's going to be like an end-of-the-world disaster film like Geostorm or anything like that. I thought the special effects look a little bit better than those films. So I'm excited to see more from Aquaman. I thought the jokes in the trailer hit really well. Redhead's got to love him, and then he jumps out of the plane. I was like, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun time. And then finally, Fantastic Beasts 2. I was a fan of the first one, and I really like this the second one because they're doing the thing. I can't remember what the spell is or what the thing is where it shows what you're most afraid of and then how to get rid of it. But Newt Scamander is most afraid of working in an office. I was like, oh, speak to me. This second film, speak to me. Offices and cubicles are the devil. So I had a pretty good laugh about that. I really like the trailer. It looks like it's going to be a much more dramatic and intense film than the first one. It feels like we're kind of going back to what we got from the Harry Potter series from Goblet of Fire forward. So I like that. More actual stakes at play. We get to see how there's not a monster around that Newt hasn't fallen in love with and tried to take care of as far as like the mystic monsters go. Really good stuff. Really looking forward to it. I'll try and get my reviews up on the Stardust app for these this week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them up tomorrow, though, because like I said, I got a lot of work I got to do here this week while I'm here, doing the filming and everything like that. So we're going to see what time permits. But that is it for this week's show. Check out those 4 trailers: Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Shazam, Aquaman, the phone keeps ringing, and Fantastic Beasts 2. I don't even answer my cell phone when people call me. Why would I answer a hotel phone? I don't know. Anyway, go ahead, check out those trailers. Really good stuff. You're going to want to see them if you're looking forward to these films. They're definitely worth it. I'm Jeremy Brunansky. This is Brunansky's Vlog. I'm going to sign off before that phone rings for a 3rd time. Rude. I'm just kidding. They probably don't even know I'm recording. I don't even know who's calling me or why the front desk would be calling. Who knows? I don't know what's going on. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm going to get some more coffee. I got a lot of work I got to do. I'm already scatterbrained, running high octane right now on caffeine. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching this on the road episode of Brunansky's Vlog. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your comments below. Give me the thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs up helps people who like movie-related shows find this movie-related show right here on YouTube. We will see you guys hopefully next Monday. Can't guarantee it because of the travel schedule, but hopefully we'll be back. Follow us on Twitter. I'll keep you updated on Twitter. Brunansky's Vlog, at Brunansky's Vlog. Follow us there, and I'll keep you guys updated about next Monday's episode. Again, dependent upon travel and schedule and everything like that. I may not be able to make it. Got to have a Wi-Fi signal to make this show work. We'll have to wait and see. Follow us on Twitter. That's where I'll keep you updated. All right, everybody, I'm out of here. And until next time, as always, good night and good luck.